Turn up. Let's go. Fans, welcome to Carver Arena, and tonight your Vikings will play host to the Seattle Pacific Falcons. To begin, fans, we would like to acknowledge that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples, who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Fans, at this time, we'd like to invite you to stand if you are able and remove your hats. It's time now to honor America as the Western Washington University Band plays our national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For tonight's contest, first we will introduce the visitors, the Seattle Pacific Falcons. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 1, Zach Paulson. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Manu Z. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 2, Sion Blackman. At forward, a 6'6" junior, number 24, Shaw Anderson. And at forward, a 6'9" sophomore, number 33, Kelton Samore. Seattle Pacific is coached by Grant Leap. Coach Leap is assisted by Kefri Fazo, David Choi, and George Parker. Viking fan, are you ready? To meet the starting lineup for your Vikings. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 1, KJ Kai Johnson. At guard, a 6' senior, number 3, Daniel Hornbuckle. At guard, a 5'10 junior, number 5, the Rocket, D'Angelo Minna. At forward, a 6'9 junior, number 13, Jonathan Ned. And at forward, a 6'8 redshirt freshman, number 23, B.J. Colley. Your Vikings, they're coached by Tony Dominguez. He is assisted by David Dunham, Bob Hofstetter, Otavio Jude, and A.J. Albritton. 6-man. It's game time!
And good evening and welcome to WECU Court here on the campus of Western Washington University for today's match between your Vikings and their down south rivals, Seattle Pacific Falcons. Both teams coming into this game 9-5 on the season, but the difference, Falcons 4-1 in the GNAC, Vikings 2-2. Zen Hill joined by Butch Kameen on Vikings TV.
Well, it's going to be a fun one. Two high-paced teams, the 146th meeting of these two schools. A lot of history, a lot of fun. Let's have a good one.
And we're underway with the Vikings winning the tip. D'Lo will start it off at the top of the key. Over to Hornbuckle. Jonathan Ned in the corner. B.J. Colley down low, working, puts up a right-handed shot, rims out though. Vikings an unlucky miss to start the game. Handling it is Z at the top of the key. Guarded by D'Angelo Minnis, gives it up right there to Anderson, back to Z. On the wing was Bachman down low. Fighting down there's Paulson. Gets it back outside to some more. Falcons will reset with Z at the top. He's working on Hornbuckle. Steps back, three-point shot. Hits front rim, rebound Jonathan Ned. Vikings turning the pace right here. B.J. Colley working down low. Once again, he spins. He's guarded well, but he puts up a bank shot and puts it in.
Looking for him early. Two quick post feeds for B.J. Colley.
Coming off a double-double on Thursday, gets that first bucket right there. There was a drive, but he got fouled. Shaw Anderson was fouled by B.J. Colley. So Anderson will go to the line. You see right here on the drive the contact.
Then two high-scoring teams. The Vikings come in averaging 90 a game. SPU averages 84.3. And the key cog for the Falcon attack is Shaw Anderson at the line here, averaging 19.3 points a game. Has been in double figures every single game this season and had 21 points in the meeting here last year.
He's also an 85% free throw shooter, but he misses the first one. And he misses both of them.
You say all those nice things about him and he misses two,
He
right?
misses two free throws for the Falcons. Falcons still not on the board just yet. D'Angelo Minnis. Vikings trying to set the play up right here. Jonathan Ned on the wing, down low to Colley. Colley's down there once again. He's going to work. He thinks he has a mismatch maybe. Hornbuckle, top of the key, three-point shot. Bets it in.
Nice to see Daniel Hornbuckle get off to a good start. A little bit of a struggle at times the other night. So.
A streaky shooter, but it would be key for the Vikings to get him hot early as the Falcons are back on the attack looking for their first bucket. Some more. Spin move, works through, puts up the right-handed, and it just rolls in. Some soft touch right there, so it's 5-2. The Vikings are quickly back on offense, trying to get as much of those seconds in the shot clock they can. Minnis gets the screen from Colley. He'll pull up from mid-range, puts it in. The bucket is good right there from D'Angelo Minnis. Minnis right back on that defensive pestiness he does, pressing up against Z. Some more gives it over. Blackman in the corner, back to some more. Some more driving on Colley, takes the contact, puts up a shot, but it won't go. Rebound Vikings. Minnis pushing it. Kai Johnson now with the ball. The Vikings will reset up top with D'Angelo Minnis. Colley trying to put a dribble on right here. Backing down, trying to work it in. Layup right there, no good. Rebound Falcons. Giving up to Zach Paulson right here. Paulson over to Z, Maui Z. Drives, he's got the paint right there. Good dish right there, mishandled though. And B.J. Colley's gonna get his second foul on Kelton Samore. This time, two early fouls from B.J. Colley is gonna cause Nick Velp to probably come in. Dane Dominguez needs to make the sub.
And that's significant because he had been the focal point of the offense to this point. He had touched it on all but one possession. On that one, he worked with D'Angelo Minnis on the high screen and roll.
And B.J. Colley coming off a 15-point game. So this team's best shooter as well, 61% on the year for his just 9.7 points a game, but they've been focusing on him these last 2 games. But 2 quick fouls, and he'll take a seat. Nick Velp is in. Seattle Pacific missed another free throw as well. 0 for 3 to start the game from the line. Kelton S'more's second one. Makes it right there, so it's now 7-3. Vikings up by 4. Jonathan Ned gives it to Johnson. Hornbuckle over to Minnis. Minnis on the wing. Velp trying to get position. He gets inside. Good pass from Ned. Nick Velp misses the bucket, though. Perfect execution by the Vikings, but not even able to finish right there. Maui Z working around Minnis. He gets through into the paint. Wide open layup is good.
They're going to wave it off. He traveled. Perhaps that's how he got so much space in there.
So the Vikings catch a break. You're going to see the replay right here. How many steps does he take? Picks it up. 1, 2.
Wow. That might be a travel in the NBA.
Yeah. They wouldn't call it in the NBA, though. Vikings. Kai Johnson down low, takes the contact, puts it in. A good pass by Nick Velp to find the cutting Johnson. Zach Paulson for the Falcons. Gives it right there. Kelton S'more. Sion Blackman will pull up from 3. Long shot. No good, though. Rebound Kai Johnson. Asking for the screen from Velp.
See if they run something again to get the ball to the block here.
Johnson out to Velp. A little too strong of a pass above the head of Hornbuckle, and the Vikings turn it over. So right here, we're going to go to a media timeout. And after a quick break, we'll be right back. Vikings up 9-3.
The Teaching Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
Welcome back. Western Washington University with a 9-3 lead at the first media break. A lot of that because of getting the ball into B.J. Colley and other people. They've got Daniel Hornbuckle hitting a 3 early on the kick out. A great start for the Vikings. They're getting the ball into the paint, was I'm going to refer to, and either getting buckets that way off post or penetration or off kickouts. Good, efficient start at the offensive end.
Vikings up 6 here. Just 5 minutes into this game as the Falcons are working on offense. Right there is Shaw Anderson. Puts up a fadeaway jumper and makes it. So now 9-5 as the Vikings are back on offense for the first time coming out of the timeout. Hornbuckle over to Johnson. Let's see if they try to work it inside once again. They're swinging around between their guards. Minnis trying to put a move on. Jonathan Ned jab step. And another bad pass from the Vikings leads to another turnover. Jonathan Ned might have thought that Minnis was going to cut right there, trying to lead him with the pass, but not on the same page right there, those two teammates. Seattle Pacific has a chance to get another bucket right here as that one flies over the head of me, and the ball ends up at the feet of us here. It'll be Seattle Pacific's ball right here. You see there's Sion Blackmore right there, got a tip by Hornbuckle.
I wanted to shoot it.
You should have. That would have been a sight to see right there. Instant replay that. Maui Z over to Sion Blackman. Down low, Shaw Anderson drives and puts in the contact dunk. An insane finish by Shaw Anderson.
Explosiveness of that move is impressive.
Now, I did not think he was going to try and dunk that thing, but he did.
Oh, he had no doubt, yeah.
So the Vikings kind of on their back heels after a few turnovers. Now only up by 2. Jonathan Ned into Velp. Velp, easy layup is good. Vikings try to answer right here. Now up by 4 once again. Shaw Anderson handling it. Sion Blackman. Trace Evans is in for the Falcons as well, playing down low. There's the drive from Z. Z gives it. Right there was Trace Evans. Trace Evans working on Velp. Trying to spin around, trying to put a move on. Right-handed layup isn't good. The tip wasn't good either. Kai Johnson with the rebound. Johnson second, and he has the ball as well. Pick and pop, Nick Velp. Fake the pass, drives left, puts up the layup. Unable to finish, though. Second time Velp has missed some 2 down low layups. And quickly the Falcons are back on offense. Blackman, top of the key, gives corner to Paulson. Shaw Anderson, fake left, went left right there, dishes it off Trace Evans.
The 6'9" Trace Evans probably could have dunked that and instead wanted to show off with a little underhand finger roll.
Show off his finesse even as a big man.
Very nice. The Australian from
right
Newcastle.
There's going to be a foul right there. That was D'Angelo Minnis working on offense, and go to a replay right here with the dime. You see that little silky smooth finish right there by Trace Evans coming off the bench, getting his first points of the game. Lucas Holden is in for the Vikings as Jonathan Ned sits down. Hornbuckle will pull up from 3. Hit front rim and unable to bury it. Swinging it over, Zach Paulson down low, Trace Evans. Evans working down low on Velp. Vikings came to help, but they were too late. And now the game is tied 11-11.
The finesse and then the power from Evans, just bullying his way to the basket there.
Nick Velp will try a 3-point shot. He makes it. So if you get beat on defense for 2, why not come back and answer with 3?
Absolutely.
Nick Velp from deep. Blackman to Shaw Anderson, gets the screen. He's got Minnis on him, but he hands it off to Sunruz. Anderson will take the mismatch once again. Minnis trying to poke it loose though, playing some good defense. Mid-range jump shot from Blackman is no good. Kai Johnson another rebound. Hornbuckle behind the back, gives it to Velp. Evans playing out on him now. Johnson goes left, little underhand layup is good.
Very nice.
And a nice move and finish right there by Kai Johnson to beat the defender and then use that right hand.
Western 7 of 12 from the field thus far.
Vikings up by 5. Evans gives it Paulson. Lost his dribble. Down low, Evans. He's been working on Velp so far. Put up the right-handed little hook shot. Rebounded by Johnson. Kai Johnson getting these rebounds allows the Vikings to push that offense quickly and try to catch.
Just take it and go, yes.
Tries to catch the Falcons, on their back heels. Catch them off guard. Nick Velp thought about a 3-point shot.
The foot came just off the ground. He faked himself into the 3. Fair call.
I trust that jurisdiction right there. So that, after the travel, we're going to go into another media timeout. Vikings up 5.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
Welcome back. Sophomore Kai Johnson, one of the breakout stars of the GNAC this year, averaging 13 points a game, and a lot of it like this, attacking the rim, getting in deep and finishing. A quick 4 points for Kai Johnson, both on penetration.
And as we're back, it's going to be the Falcons' ball. Down by 5. They had it tied at 11-11, but the Vikings scored 5 straight points. Trace Evans, seen a lot of work. Cutting right there was Casson Ruse. A good find and a good play by the Falcons. Caught the Vikings sleeping on defense.
See the defender turn his head, make that cut to the basket. Nice decision by Casson Ruse.
Good awareness by Trace Evans as well. Lucas Holden trying to work on Ruse. Kicks out Nick Velp. Velp drives right side. Had the contact, tips it back in and good. Good effort to follow his own shot.
Impressed with the aggressiveness, offensive aggressiveness of Nick Velp thus far. And the Velp-Evans matchup continues down here.
Yes, it will. Evans, but Nick Velp tips it loose, but it's going to go off him and stay Falcons' ball. As Kelton some more comes back in for the Falcons. You see down low, good hands.
Getting there before he could get the shot off, stripping it away. Yeah, that was Evans has left the game. Some more back in now.
But it's Shaw Anderson right there. Anderson gives up to McCann. Anderson on Velp, pump fakes. And it looks like he's going to travel right there. Took a step before putting the ball down, so they're going to turn it over. Vikings ball.
Just the second turnover for SBU, just 3 for Western, so pretty cleanly played game to this point.
It has been.
Only 3 fouls as well.
These two teams just going back and forth on offense. Holding out a spin move. Had some contact, but no call right there. Pushing the break, McCann has a spin move of his own. Fumbled it, though, and rebounded by, or at least saved by Samore, and he puts up the bucket.
Bruce might have had just a little bit of control and knocked that thing back as he was going down.
Velp for 3. Won't go. Rebound. Ruse. Ruse over to Samore. Hands off Zach Paulson. They're trying to work Paulson. He pulls it from 3. Too strong on it. Has a hits back rim.
Good outlet pass.
Minnis, step back 3-point shot. No good. Rebound Holden. But I think they're going to get Lucas Holden right there on the shove going up for the rebound. Blackman comes back in for the Falcons.
Lucas Holden kind of a victim of hard work there. Got a rebound through a long outlet, sprinted all the way up the floor, and got there just a fraction late. You couldn't have asked him to get there any sooner, but he gets rung up with a foul.
And sadly, the hustle gets him no avail with the rebound. And the Falcons are back on offense as Ruse kicks it outside. 3-point shot is good. Kelton some more.
He had 3 of those at Simon Fraser the other night. Had 21 points in just 15 minutes of play.
And he shot 70% in that game, 7 for 10. This is Nick Velp trying to hand it off. Falcons denying the pass to Hornbuckle, so they'll give it to Lucas Holden. Holden drives into the paint, kicks out Nick Velp. Velp to Johnson. Johnson mishandled it. Turnover for the Vikings. Right here is Ruse. 18-18, Falcons with a chance to take the lead. Shaw Anderson drives, underhanded layup, left-handed, and he puts it in. So the Vikings down by 2 now.
Trail for the first time tonight. See if they can respond on this possession.
Minnis is on the wing, gets a screen from Velp. He's double teamed, and it's going to be a foul right there. So it'll stay Vikings ball. As Jonathan Ned gets ready to check in, as well as Matthew Mays.
They took D'Angelo Minnis off the ball in that possession so that they could run a wing pick and roll with he and Velp, and he got a good turn to the basket there.
He got inside like they wanted him to, but took the foul, and the Vikings will be on offense. Jonathan Ned, 3-point shot. Unable to make it, though. Seattle Pacific trying to add to their lead now in this possession as Ruse handles it. Blackman swings it over to McCann. Ben Baker McCann on the wing, driving, right side, got Holden off his feet, but Holden recovers and gets the block on it. And the Vikings get it. Ned swings it up to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle pushing the break. Cutter Johnson takes the contact. No foul, but a late call, so he is going to go to the line. And all that stemmed from the good hustle on defense by Lucas Holden to recover. You see right here the pass. Hornbuckle finds the cutting Johnson. Kelton Samore just got a little bit too much of him. Johnson will go to the line. Chance to tie it up here for the Vikings, but he misses the first one, so. Zach Paulson comes in for the Falcons for Shaw Anderson. So far, Kai Johnson on the season, only a 67% free throw shooter, an area he would like to improve on. Makes his second one, so now the Vikings only trail by 1 with 8 minutes left here in the first half. Hassan Ruse, top of the key, guarded by the newly checked in Mays. Paulson into the corner for McCann. McCann over to Paulson. Kelton Samore guarded by Ned. That right there, they're going to get a travel on Kelton Samore, and it'll be Vikings ball. So right here, we're going to get another media timeout. So the Vikings are down by 1, and after a quick break, we'll be right back on Vikings TV.
Welcome back. Western Washington University women's basketball team in action earlier tonight, claiming an 86-70 victory over Northwest Nazarene in Nampa, Idaho. Brooke Walling with another big game, 21 points, 11 rebounds, and excellent efforts from the Dykstra sisters. Avery with 15 points, Riley with 14. The 6th-ranked Vikings now 11-1, 5-0 in the GNAC. Back to the play-by-play with Zen Hill.
On an 11-game winning streak as well. They dropped that first game against Azusa Pacific, but bounced back and now an 11-game winning streak. So the Vikings on offense, Matthew Mays gets a quick bucket right there to put the Vikings ahead by 1. So Maui Z pushes the tempo very quickly, gifts it over to Blackman, back to Z. And Hornbuckle pokes it out, so it stays Falcons ball.
Maui Z, S-Z-E.
It's pretty awesome name, I'd say.
It is. There was a guy that played at Cal Poly Pomona named Zenon M. His last name was a capital M. That's it.
You know, if you ever made it pro, that'd be kind of a confusing jersey to buy.
Wouldn't it?
I mean, if he gets traded, you could just say it's any other player with the letter M on that team,
That's
I
right.
guess. So, yeah, it's just, you don't know last name M?
Yep. Anderson with another layup as we debate the M's. 4 for 4 from the field for Shaw Anderson.
And the Falcons lead by 1. Kicks it far side, Matthew Mays. And right there, they're going to get him on an offensive foul. Maui Z taking the charge right there. Substitution coming in for the Vikings. Isaac Morrow will come in as Lucas Holden sits down. Just under 7 minutes left here in this first half, and it's been as close as we expected it to be between these two rivalry teams. Competitors in the GNAC. Seattle Pacific 3rd in GNAC standings. Vikings sitting right behind them with 4th. Mid-range shot, Blackman missed it. Rebound, Ned has the ball. He'll move to the left side, puts up the left-handed bucket, and he puts it in.
A sweeping left-handed layup by Jonathan Ned.
A tough basket right there. Had to get that one high off the glass and soft enough to find its way in. It's working down low on Morrow. Anderson puts it up, rims out the rebound, Morrow. Good effort down there to box out Anderson. Kai Johnson now trying to put a move on. Puts up a fadeaway from the mid-range and he misses it. Zach Paulson gets the rebound. Clayton Whitman right there kicks corner Blackman. Z thought about a three and now he'll take one. Long shot. A beautiful shot right there. Barely even saw the net move. The Vikings are going to try and slow down the pace, and right there, Kai Johnson took an early shot clock fadeaway in the mid-range, and then Falcons answered with a three-pointer. Not what the Vikings want to do throughout this game. As Jonathan Ned drives right side, unable to finish it on the right-hand side, as he did earlier with the left. Blackman to Z, pump fakes. Blackman, top of the key, three-pointer, wide open. Misses it though, rebound Ned. Matthew Mays almost turned it over.
Love the pace that this game is being played at. Teams are attacking. A lot of fun to watch.
It feels like the final 2 minutes of most games that we see that are close, and we're getting it for the entire first half. Can't wait what's to come for the rest of the game. So here we're going to get a foul. Maui Z. See on the replay right here that Jonathan Ned bucket using his offhand. Gets that top left corner of the glass. So after that foul, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back. The Vikings down by 2. So welcome back here to WECU Court. Vikings 23, Seattle Pacific 25. 5 minutes left in this first half. Vikings started this game shooting it hot. Have kind of cooled off as Seattle Pacific is finding their groove. We've got a close battle on Vikings TV. Zenhill joined by Butch Kamina, Vikings ball. Johnson will inbound it. Throws the long ball up to Minnis. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Minnis calling out the play. He's one-on-one, top of the key with Z. Trying to work some open shooters maybe. Kai Johnson. Little spin move in the corner, drives right side. Fadeaway mid-range shot, no good. Second time we've seen that shot be missed by Kai Johnson. He's taking it because we know he can make it. He knows he can make it, but
yeah. 10, 12-foot shot on the baseline. It's clearly something he works on. A little one-footed hop falling away.
Just unable to find it so far in this game. As Shaw Anderson for the Falcons gives it up. Zach Paulson. Back to Anderson. Paulson right there, puts up a shot, makes it for his first points of the game.
Very nice move. Got Kai Johnson off his feet and finished very comfortably.
They get back quickly, though, and Matthew Mays, he got hit and he lost control of the ball, but he regained it and tried to put up a shot as well to maybe get an and one chance. Either way, he's going to the line.
There was a book about the Phoenix Suns and the Steve Nash years called 7 Seconds or Less. That was a 4-second possession by the time Matt Mays got that shot off.
And this game has been like that. Seems like every team is, having that 7-second offensive, mindset.
As he said, two very high-scoring teams.
First free throw is made as Velpenhorn buckle check in for the Vikings, and Kassan Ruse comes in for the Falcons. Matthew Mays' second free throw coming right here. Mays shooting 83% from the line, and he shows off that talent, making that second one too. So 25-27, Vikings still down by 2. Just about 4 minutes left in this first half. Z, top of the key, guarded by Minnis. Minnis lost him, and Z dimes it up right there, and a slam by Shaw Anderson. Good find by Maui Z to get the open lane, and once the defenders all collapsed on him thinking he was going to lay up, he dropped it off to his teammate Shaw Anderson as D'Angelo missed the floater, and the Falcons are on offense quickly. Zach Paulson, Z, into the corner, three-point shot. Blackman makes it. And excuse me, that was Casson Ruse, not Blackman. Number 2 and 3, getting those confused. So the Falcons now up by 7, 25-32. Vikings looking to close out the half a little stronger than this. Ned gives off to Mays. Nick Velp. Velp gets Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle back to Velp. Velp drives inside. Doesn't have anything though. Mays will pull up with 5 on the shot clock. Rims out though. No Vikings were there to get the offensive board either. So Zach Paulson turns it right around for the Falcons, and trying to get the pass was Matthew Mays, but it's going to stay Falcons ball as Lucas Holden comes back in. And right here we're going to go to another quick break with 3 minutes left in this half. We'll be right back.
I would summarize my experience at Western as I was a guarded, nerdy kid who loved to perform, who allowed herself to put in the time and the effort to carve herself into something.
Jump in the trunk, jump in the trunk,
Okay. And whatever that was has led me to where I am right now, to be a fully realized woman. And I'm really thankful for the time and the effort that I put in for myself, because if I didn't do it, no one else was going to.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
So welcome back here to WECU Court, where the Seattle Pacific Falcons have gone on a large run right here. The Vikings were leading 23-22 with just under 6 left in this half, but now with 3 minutes, huge difference as Seattle Pacific goes on a 10-2 run to give them a 32-25 lead, and they have the ball.
Western started 7 of 12 from the field, but just 3 of their last 13, allowing the Falcons to open up this 7-point lead.
Falcons have flipped the script now, shooting 51%, out shooting the Vikings. And they're on offense. Shaw Anderson with 10 points in this game, puts up a fadeaway mid-range shot, and he makes it. Lucas Holden in the corner for the Vikings. D'Angelo Minnis back to Holden, feeds it down low. Ned, spin move, Hornbuckle 3-point shot. He'll take it, and he is unable to put it in, but Lucas Holden was fighting for the rebound, and it seems like he got fouled. Fouls on Zach Paulson. Lucas Holden an inbound for the Vikings. Takes the easy pass out to D'Angelo Minnis, and a bit of confusion right here as Ben Baker McCann tried to come onto the court without being called on by one of our great officials. Our officials tonight, Damon Brulin, Chuck Frayne, and Jerry Manise. So he will not be allowed to sub in, and we're going to try it again. Vikings to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle on the wing. Thought about a 3-point shot, gives it to Ned. Jonathan Ned working with his left hand. Fadeaway mid-range shot, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Maui Z, and the Falcons have a chance to go up by double digits. Just adding on to their largest lead of the game right here. Trace Evans, top of the key, gives it up. Casson Ruse gets the screen from Evans. Corner is Anderson. Evans has down low position. Hornbuckle tried to come over to help, but it's an easy basket. Falcons lead by 11 now, 25-36 with 2 minutes left. Hornbuckle inside to Ned. Good play by the Vikings, pick and roll action.
Vikings have been at their best when they've gotten into the paint first and not just settled for perimeter action.
Didn't allow the Falcons to recover either. As Evans hands it off to Paulson. Back to Evans, right-handed layup. He takes the foul, but he won't get it in. But he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Trace Evans having a good first half. 6 points already in just 8 minutes of action. He's a sophomore, is that correct? Sorry, he is a freshman from Newcastle, New South Wales in Australia.
And a player this season who's only averaging 7.5 points.
He's working on a bit of the proto-mullet there. Now, if he was from South Australia instead of New South Wales, the mullet would be in full force. More mullets per square meter than anywhere on earth in South Australia.
And he's rocking it. So the Falcons only lead by 10 now. Nick Velp, three-point shot, top of the key. Back rim, though, rebounded right there by Ruse. Blackman over to Baker McCann. Shaw Anderson on the wing, guarded by Isaac Morrow. Anderson trying to work down low. Velp was there for the help. He takes the contact, and it's going to count, so an and one opportunity. You see the replay right here, him driving.
Just would not be denied. You could make an argument at least that he was still on the floor, but momentum was carrying him to the basket. Evans having a good first half. Anderson's even better. 15 points now for Shaw Anderson. 7 of 8 from the field.
And they've came off some really tough finishes down low. It's not like the Vikings are playing horrible defense. He's just finishing through contact. Holden drives, takes contact, but nothing. He was maybe thinking about a poster right there. We're under a minute, and the Vikings now lead by 13. 40-27 right here. Top of the key is Ruse. Shaw Anderson, man of the hour, three-point shot. Hits it with a bank. Oh, my goodness. I don't think he called it. Take it off the board.
No.
Minnis kicks out to Holden.
When it's your night, my goodness.
And I mean, that just speaks for if you're going to have a good night right there, you just throw up a bank shot three from the top of the key. Pick and pop, Velp unable to handle it. Drives left side, puts up the left-hand layup, unable to get it, but he gets contact. Ben Baker McCann got him. And he's going to shoot two with 20 seconds left in this first half. Vikings, last 6 minutes of the half, not what they wanted to do, so we're going to go to a quick break right here before we take these final two free throws. Actually, we're going to keep it here as there is only 20 seconds left, possibility of this game going straight into halftime. So far, story of the match. We've mentioned it multiple times, but Shaw Anderson, 18 points already for the Seattle Pacific Falcons. Vikings, their top scorer is only Nick Velp, who only has 7. Vikings with no players in double digits. Seattle Pacific has shot very efficiently in these last 6 minutes to improve their shooting percentage to 58 on the game, as well as 50 from 3. And the Vikings just playing some frantic offense and a few turnovers led to Seattle Pacific now leading by 16 points, as Nick Velp is going to be at the line with a chance to try and shorten this deficit as much as he can as they get ready to go into halftime and make adjustments. Velp makes the first free throw right there.
23-22, 6 minutes left in the half, and it's turned on a dime here.
It's falling apart.
Western hasn't been as efficient offensively. Seattle Pacific has continued to be very efficient at the offensive end, particularly from Anderson and Evans.
So after missing the second free throw, we're going to have Falcons back on offense, and Hornbuckle got called for the foul. They're going to get him with a hand checked. And that is actually going to put the Falcons into the bonus, so they're going to have a 1-on-1 opportunity here. Not what the Vikings wanted right there. Possibly just wanted to have Seattle Pacific try and chuck up a last-second shot, but he goes to the line with an opportunity, and he makes the first one.
It's a good touch, but the rims in Carver Gym are very soft. And it showed there.
Seen it a couple times, some nice shooter's rolls. Maui Z on the season so far, an 85% free throw shooter, but he's only been to the line 7 times coming into this game. Made his first one. And Kobe Elsner comes in for Seattle Pacific.
Kobe from Linden, his father Mike, played for Western in the late 80s, played on a team that reached the NAIA National Championship back in Kansas City. Won a game there and then lost their second one, so they reached the round of 16 that year.
So the Vikings will have 11 seconds to try and get the last shot right here. They're now down by 17. Hornbuckle drives, floater right-handed, makes it. Seattle Pacific right there. Blackman half-court heave is going to fall short. And we're going to go into halftime with the Vikings down by 15 points. We'll see if they can bounce back to that good start they had in the first half. So after the halftime break, we'll be right back here on Vikings TV.
Compass to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything is what really makes it interesting.
Final call for 739-8369. Going once. All right, it looks like we got a winner. We ran into a little problem with our security personnel. They are on an 11-game winning streak, and tonight they were winners 86-70.
So welcome back here to WECU Court here on the campus of Western Washington University. Second half action on the way as you see some highlights from the first half from both sides, mainly the Vikings right here. We've seen some good buckets, some good defensive plays, but they find themselves down 15, 30-45 going into the second half as the Seattle Pacific Falcons had a good last 6 minutes where they increased their lead over and over again, and the Vikings could not answer so far. You see some stats on the screen, and that truly tells a story of what we've seen. Vikings came out shooting very well, had a 50% shooting mark around midway through that first half, but have fell off a little bit, and Seattle Pacific has caught fire as they're now shooting 58%. And
Western 7 or 8 minutes into the game was right about that mark too, and then went cold. And they had an early lead, were still up with 6 minutes left in the half. But since then, Seattle Pacific has just put on a huge burst, closed the half 23-7. And Vikings are going to have to get some stops in the second half. They're also going to have to find that productivity. B.J. Colley picked up 2 quick fouls. They were really featuring him those first few possessions. Let's see with him back on the floor if they can reestablish the things they were doing early offensively.
Yeah, after he received those 2 fouls, didn't see much of him for the rest of that first half. So the Vikings will try and bounce back here. They're going to need to if they want to beat the 3rd ranked in the GNAC, Seattle Pacific University. So for the Vikings, coming up for them next, they're going to travel away to Alaska Anchorage and Alaska Fairbanks. They'll play Alaska Anchorage on Thursday, 6:15 p.m. start time. And then on Saturday, taking on Fairbanks, 6:15 start time as well. Next week for Vikings TV, though, women's
talked
basketball.
About before, I think Fairbanks in January is always a fun experience. About 2 hours of daylight.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Alaska trips are always fun for these teams. And
yeah,
especially when you have some competitive teams like Alaska Anchorage is 2-2 in the GNAC. So are the Vikings right now.
You go through and look through the history of the GNAC and the number of times that teams have gone up there and won both games, particularly on the men's side, it's really limited. You can an average of maybe 1 every other year kind of thing. You know, it's very unusual.
And the Vikings will be looking to go 2-0 in their Alaska trip, hopefully. Here at WECU, though, on Vikings TV, we'll see on Thursday St. Martin's take on the women's basketball team, Vikings. Here, and then on Saturday, you'll have Western Oregon versus Vikings here on Vikings TV as well. But we're back under action here in the second half. Seattle Pacific to start with it. Top of the key 3. Samore misses it, though. Rebound, B.J. Colley. There's that man they tried to get it to in the first half to start those early minutes. They're going to get it to him. It's got to be their game plan as he moves on some more. Puts up the right-handed layup, and he makes it.
And we're going to see some extended pressure here. Western even trapping out of this pressure. So they could speed the game up even more.
As if it hasn't been fast enough for us. We got even more going on now. Maui Z over to Shaw Anderson. Paulson gets it down low some more. Kicks it outside Z. He's calling for the screen. Trying to work on Johnson. Little half spin. Got Johnson off his feet. Ned was there to help, though. Put away by Colley. And a tough basket. Shaw Anderson, and that's just how this night has gone for him.
Can anything go wrong for him tonight? Wow.
I don't think so. D'Angelo Minnis 3-point shot, no good. Vikings 22% from 3-point range. And for a team that makes 10 a game, they only have 10 so far, or 2 so far, excuse me. But they're on the break. Hornbuckle tries a 3-point shot. He won't make it, and you wonder the shot selection as he had Minnis almost wide open down low. Could have found the open man, but he took a 3-point shot. Sometimes you got to take the easy buckets when you can. Colley with the drive, got contact and one. Zion Blackman got him on the arm, and B.J. Colley.
Well, it is really clear that B.J. Colley is a big emphasis in the Viking offensive attack tonight. Getting down the lane, Blackman not getting there in time to take a charge, and Colley will be the free throw line trying to add 1.
And we had speculated that that's what they wanted to do in the first half, that B.J. Colley was going to be that main source of offense for the Vikings. And as we see him getting back into play to start this second half, that story remains true. And after a jump ball, we're going to stay to the Vikings.
Well, as we said, before he went out of the game, he was involved in one way or another in every single offensive possession. He was a key feature of it. And it's been the same so far here.
Inbound to Hornbuckle. Ned, top the key. Colley trying to put a move on. Has to kick it out. D'Lo gives it. Colley will try a three-pointer of his own, but rims out. Vikings unable to find success from downtown. Right there, driving. Zach Paulson, a tough underhanded bucket is good as Kai Johnson now pushes tempo for the Vikings. Step back, three-point shot. No good for him though. Rebound, BJ Colley. Put back is good. And in the first half, Vikings only had 3 second chance points. Falcons actually had none, so we haven't seen a lot of offensive boards for either team. Each team.
Seattle Pacific hasn't missed a lot of shots tonight.
That's true. You don't have many opportunities for second-hand buckets if you're putting in nearly 60% of every bucket. Maui Z in the corner. Gets it down low. Spin move right there. Kelton Samore with a tough little hook fadeaway bucket.
Yeah, he's got 5 inches on Kai Johnson, so that's a good post up for him.
Jonathan Ned, corner three-point shot. Unable to find Vikings. Three-point shot not falling for them. Blackman gives it right there. Good save by Zach Paulson, but intercepted by Minnis. D'Lo pushing the break, kicks. Hornbuckle tries to, he's swatted! Sion Blackman, good recovery on defense. Sends that one into the school band.
Western now 2 of 14 from three-point range. 0 of 6 in this half. Conversely, from two-point range in this half, they're 3 of 3.
Blackman showing off his vertical on that block. Hornbuckle typically has a really quick release, but was unable to get it off right there. Still Vikings ball, though. They're down by 15. 36-51. BJ Colley drives inside, kicks corner. Kai Johnson, Vikings just pulling up 3 after 3, and it's not falling either. You wonder if they'll switch their goal maybe on how this offense is being run so far, but in the corner, Falcons are back on offense. Shaw Anderson. Anderson, little spin move. Corner, Ruse puts up a 3 of his own. No good, rebounded. Trace Evans kicks it outside. Shot clock back to 20 for the Falcons, but they'll take a three-pointer from Paulson. No good, offensive rebound. Trace Evans, they'll do it all over again, the Falcons will. Maui Z is trying to figure out what play we're running. He waves off Evans. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives right side, step back. He'll take a three-point shot. Kind of did the splits after. Looked like he was playing park ball out there. An offensive rebound by Shaw Anderson and a putback. Good effort by him.
22 now for Shaw Anderson.
Having a great game so far. Vikings unable to answer anything to him. Colley down low, and it won't fall. Seems to be a lid on the bucket for the Vikings right now. As the Falcons up by 17. Zach Paulson, spin move on Hornbuckle, lost control of it, but they're unable to get it. Trace Evans keeps it alive for the Falcons. Maui Z drives, left-handed layup is good, and that's going to cause a timeout on the floor, so the Vikings down by 19, and we'll be right back.
The Teaching Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
Welcome back. You see on screen here a number of Western alumni from the basketball program. Right in the middle there in the black shirt, John Allen, Austin Bragg, many others. All of those guys from the era, and many of them played on the national championship team in 2012. Anya Turner, as excited as he was a decade ago, still up, pushing it and getting ready to go. And see if that inspiration can bring the Vikings back from down 19 back to Zen Hill.
They sure are going to need it right here as they're on offense. BJ Colley drives, right-handed bucket, puts it in.
Boy, he clearly believes that he is quicker than or Evans and can just go by them anytime he tries.
Vikings making Shaw Anderson lose his dribble. Falcons almost lost control of it, but they keep it. Paulson with the ball.
There's no questioning the energy of Western this half. They just still haven't dented this lead.
So on the wing right there from Ruse. Ruse gives it top of the key. Maui Z inside position had Evans, but it's too long of a pass, and a turnover is going to lead to a Vikings ball. So right here is going to be another timeout. So the Vikings are down by 17, and after a quick break, we'll be right back. So welcome back here on Vikings TV. And the Vikings themselves down by 17 with 15 left in this second half. So far from Seattle Pacific has been Shaw Anderson, 22 points. And in Shaw Anderson's career so far as a Falcon, when he came up against the Vikings, his highest point total was 21 last year. In the match where Western Washington was at home as well, but they had a blowout loss, 59-78. BJ Colley.
BJ Colley. 8 points in this half, 12 overall, and he is attacking.
Vikings finding success from him. They're going to continue going that way. Shaw Anderson gives it up. Good cut right there. Trace Evans find Ruse. And they get the layup. We've seen that a few times, Trace Evans finding those open cutters. Hornbuckle is doubled. BJ Colley drives right side, right-handed layup, and he makes it. BJ Colley. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep going to him. Keep feeding him.
He's putting on a show, as Shaw Anderson has at the other end. BJ Colley, we're seeing it in this half.
Trace Evans once again. Down low on Velp. Backing down, but Nick Velp is going to get contact on the arm and an on-the-floor foul. So I had mentioned earlier Shaw Anderson with his 22 points. In the game where he dropped 21 last year against Western Washington University, it led to Seattle Pacific winning 78-59. Blowout victory, and the Vikings would hate for history to repeat itself as they see Shaw Anderson in that 20 figure. So they have a big deficit as well. Zach Paulson lost control of it, stolen Nick Velp. Velp to Hornbuckle, trying to get the ball to BJ Colley, but unable.
You certainly can't fault the idea of getting the ball to BJ Colley right now.
It's working so well, you might as well.
Yeah.
Hornbuckle pressing up on Z. Pulls off of him. Maui Z, top of the key. Screen by Samore. Switch, Velp's on. They're going to switch back, but not in time. Defensive miscommunication, and Kelton Samore gets a wide open layup. BJ Colley once again, and they're going to get a blocking foul, so it's going to be and one. And he's going to go to the line with a chance at 3 points, BJ Colley. The Vikings needed someone like this. I mentioned they had no players in double figures at halftime. They needed someone to take the lead on this scoring opportunity. BJ Colley has taken it. And he knocks it in right there. So the Vikings now only down by 14.
So Colley, 7 of 9 this half for 13 points. 17 overall in the game.
Z kicks top side some more. Outside three-point shot. Ruse buries it in the net. And a good answer by the Falcons right there. 3 points on a and one play. We'll get 3 points from the line. Daniel Hornbuckle three-point shot. No good. Rebound maybe by BJ Colley. Unable to get it. And he got his arm around some more, so they're going to get BJ Colley with a foul. Unlucky for him. That's now his third personal. As Matthew Mays comes in, as well as D'Angelo Minnis, and Hornbuckle will sit down, as well as Darius Gary. Ben Baker McCann comes in for the Falcons. Maui Z will take a seat. Mays, Minnis, and Colley all pressing up right here. Minnis guarding up on McCann. And they're going to get Minnis with a foul right here for a hand check. Now, personally, from my seat, I didn't see much, but I'm not an official, and I'm sure D'Angelo Minnis wasn't too happy.
Bit of bumping, you could maybe let, it's on the margins, but kind of more concerned maybe about that foul against Colley earlier. He makes contact, but the rebound's still clean. It'd be nice to let that go, but hey, it's a tough job. I don't want to.
At the end of the day, we aren't the one that makes those decisions.
No.
Can't argue with them as
not much.
Yeah, exactly.
We can speculate a little.
We can try. It's not going to get us anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Little pick and pop. Kelton Samore, three-point shot. As they now lead by 20, the Falcons do. 65-45. D'Angelo Minnis drives in. BJ Colley over to Mays on the wing, sets a screen for him as well. Back to Colley, they're going to reset. Minnis runs around, he's got a double team on him now. Colley calling for it. Drives left side, little dish off, and Isaac Morrow hit the floor. Seems like he got shoved in the back, but there was no call. And either way, we're going to go into a timeout. Vikings down by 20. We'll be right back on Vikings TV.
I would summarize my experience at Western as I was a guarded, nerdy kid who loved to perform, who allowed herself to put in the time and the effort to carve herself into something.
Junk in the trunk, junk in the trunk,
And whatever that was has led me to where I am right now, to be a fully realized woman. And I'm really thankful for the time and the effort that I put in for myself, because if I didn't do it, no one else was going to.
Welcome back with Western trailing Seattle Pacific 65-45, 11:37 to go. We just had one of the more impressive efforts at the three-quarter court shot nearly cleared out the Western huddle. The half-court shot then rimmed, and he finally hit the foul shot.
He made the free throw.
Yeah, but it was three of the more exciting ones we've seen all year.
The Louis Auto Glass shot, always featured here. I had home Vikings games. If you're a student of Western, we encourage you to come out to these games. You have a chance to be selected to take that shot. Three-quarter shot is $500. Half-court shot is $250 if you make it, and then free throw if you make it is a little prize bag with Vikings gear. Falcons swinging it around here on offense after the Vikings got a bucket right there by B.J. Colley. Colley up to 19 now, threatening Shaw Anderson with the leading score of the game. Paulson drives. Good defense right there by the Vikings. D'Angelo Menace, stop and pop three-point shot. Front rim, Colley, put back dunk. My goodness.
He is ubiquitous. Where is he not?
B.J. Colley, 21 points and an aggressive putback slam. So right there is going to be an offensive foul, D'Angelo Menace. Vikings trying to build it up now.
When you see that call, maybe that explains the one earlier. Hey, Menace was bumping him. Now at this end, you get that same call, so it's consistent. That's fair.
And that's exactly what you want from your officials. They've been doing a good job all night.
And in a big rivalry game like this, you want to give these guys a little bit of latitude. You don't want to get out of control, but you don't want to be calling a lot of ticky-tack things. It's a fine line to figure out how you're going to balance that. So.
And it has been physical, and they're letting them, play down low on those drives. There's some contacts that could be those soft fouls, as that one's intercepted right there by Blackman. So the Falcons now get it back. Vikings unable to capitalize off the offensive foul. Kelton some more. Matthew Mays playing defense on him.
The transition there left the 6'9" B.J. Colley, the 6'8" B.J. Colley, guarding the 5'10" Maui Z.
That's about as far as a
Z
difference
did not try to go by him either.
Now as a B.J. Colley, you'd want that matchup maybe on offense. On defense, you're kind of just like, well, I guess I'll wait to switch back. Z with the ball. Kicks corner, a little bullet pass right there. Samore's working on it. Left-handed layup, no good. Anderson tried to tip it out, but the Vikings get the ball. D'Angelo Menace putting on a move. Left-hand side, right-handed layup, though, and he puts it in.
Menace. And Western up.
Vikings just chipping away at it. And it sort of woke up this crowd now as they're here, getting louder on defense for their Vikings squad. Is right there. Isaac Morrow's going to get Shaw Anderson on the arm for a foul.
And it is a good crowd. The upper deck and the far side filling up a little bit. I think it's probably the best crowd we've seen this season.
That's exactly what you want. Saturday night, Seattle Pacific and Western has always been a good game. Last season you had a 79-78 finish, as there was a good bucket right there.
What more could Isaac Morrow have done defensively there? He got a hand into the chest of Anderson, and he still hit the shot.
Good defense, better offense. B.J. Colley, good job to save it. Marcus May thought about a three. He's going to take it this time. Mays, no good, though.
Vikings just can't buy a three. 0 for 10 this half.
11%
for the game, yeah. 2 of 8 in the first half.
Shaw Anderson, not much action so far in this second half. He sits at 24, though. Z on Holden. Lucas Holden. Z trying to use that speed. Turnaround. Down low some more on Colley. And they're going to get a foul. And if that's on B.J. Colley, and it is, that is an unfortunate break for the Vikings. As Kelton Samore is going to go to the line. B.J. Colley, 4 personal fouls.
We could see the discussion. Tony Dominguez talking to his staff. What do we do? He is.
Do you leave him in?
The center of the offense, and let's see whether they're going to. Hornbuckle is going to come. They're leaving Colley on. He doesn't.
Colley thought he was coming out.
Oh, now we are going to do it.
And
okay.
now he is going to go out. So Colley.
But giving it the dramatic pause there when he started to come off and then went back.
They're pulling at our heartstrings here.
Will he? Won't he?
Free throw is good right there.
So now Western has to find some offense from somewhere else. The Vikings are 10 of 12 from 2-point range this half, but most of that's B.J. Colley. He's got 9 of those field goals.
They'll need an answer somewhere. Will it be Isaac Morrow down low? No, he's swatted away by Shaw Anderson.
Yeah, he kind of stumbled on the drive there, which kept him from really being able to elevate. Anderson able to clean that up.
That
a little stumble, and so he doesn't really get up, and Anderson just waiting for him.
He's just throwing up a prayer shot at that point. Shaw Anderson gets the block. Marcus Mays, spin move, right-handed. Kind of almost threw it in the basket, but unable to make it. The Vikings are down by 18. Now Z gives it over right there. Casson Ruse handling it. Guarded by Mays. Gets it down low. Trace Evans. Evans gives it back, and then he sets a screen as well. Z thought about a three, but he takes a floater, unable to make it. Holden unable to secure the rebound. Trace Evans cleans it up. Evans now 9 points on the game. Hornbuckle right side. Minnis, corner three-point shot. Rims around and falls out though. Vikings unable to get the roll.
And you're a 38% shooting team from three. You make 10 a game. You have to keep shooting those open looks. You have to expect those to start to go at some point.
For a team that has shot so well, like the Vikings this season, and well from the three-point range as well, you got to keep shooting those. Try to find your rhythm potentially, as you only have 7 minutes left in this game now. It's getting a little too late for the Vikings to try and get it going, but they still have a chance. 73-51 though. They're now down by 22 points as Holden got fouled. It's going to be on the floor though. Vikings usually a 47% free throw field goal percentage team, but we're going to go to a quick break and we'll be right back. Vikings down 22.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Compass to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
So welcome back here to WECU Court. You see the Viking cheer squad out here to support their Vikings, as well as a large crowd here full of alumni, students, and such, family and friends, all here to support this Vikings team. And Vikings need to feed off the energy of the home court crowd. They're down by 22, in danger of going to 2-3 in the GNAC. Right now they find themselves tied for 4th in the GNAC with Alaska Anchorage. Right behind them is Western Oregon, who they had a tough overtime win against. Western Oregon 2-3 in conference play. Seattle Pacific trying to move to 5-1. BJ Colley gets checked in and he gets the N1 bucket. He's just unstoppable this game.
It's just been unbelievable from BJ Colley.
See right here, Kai Johnson set the screen for him because they know who they want to get the ball to. BJ Colley with 23 points. He now has his career high. Before this, it was 21 points, which came this season against Cal Poly Humboldt back on November 11th. He now finds himself 24. Vikings pressing. And that's going to force a timeout right there from the Seattle Pacific Falcons. We're actually going to keep things here, though. The Vikings now only down by 19, and so far in this second half, Butch, what have we seen from the Vikings?
We've seen two things. We've seen a lot of energy collectively, and we've seen BJ Colley with an astounding performance. The problem is you're down 19 with 7 minutes to go. So you've got to get two things. One, you've got to get some stops, and they haven't. Seattle Pacific has shot 63% from the field. Been a lot of defensive energy. They forced some turnovers. But still, in the end, Seattle Pacific is still scoring. The other end, somebody has to pick up some slack here. It can't be all B.J. Colley. And the big thing is, if you start knocking down a couple threes, if you can get back to the mean on threes, and maybe it's not out of the question to hit 3 or 4 in a row, maybe you can make a run. It's unlikely down 19. We'll be fair. But that's the things it would take.
We did see Seattle Pacific in the first half go on that large run with just under 6 minutes left in that first half, where they extended their lead against the Vikings. So the Vikings just as well could do that.
It was a 16-point turnaround in roughly 6 minutes, 19 points in 7 minutes.
And it'll start from plays like that. Jonathan Ned makes the turnover, and now D'Angelo Minnis drives, good move, puts in the layup. D'Lo.
And we are seeing full court pressure here.
And this is what the Vikings need to try and force some turnovers. If Seattle Pacific's not going to miss their shots, you got to force them to turn the ball over.
Maybe you can get them to hurry a little bit.
Try and force up.
Maybe they miss a couple.
That's Shaw Anderson right there fighting on.
And that will
BJ Colley.
And first we'll see the replay. The great effort by Jonathan Ned, and then Minnis, a little hesitation and blow by to finish.
Good crossover move right there. He's got a quick dribble. And unfortunately for the Vikings right here, BJ Colley is going to take a seat on the bench, and we will not see him again for the Vikings tonight. So Nick Velp comes in.
BJ Colley leaves with 24 points and 6 rebounds in just 15 minutes of play.
Disappointing for the Vikings, but they'll have to continue what they've been doing well through BJ Colley and maybe find someone else.
Well, here's news. Shaw Anderson missed something. He just missed the front end of a one-and-one.
Something
It's not happened often tonight.
Kai Johnson, three-point shot. He makes it. Just what the Vikings needed right there.
Anderson misses, and the Vikings hit a 3. Maybe the worm has turned just a bit here. And, hey, the lead is down to 14.
Vikings finally finding some success from outside. Maybe trying to shift the tail that we've seen so far from that range. Shaw Anderson got it ripped by Ned, but the Falcons are able to keep it alive. Anderson on Ned again. Double team coming with Johnson. He pokes it out. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
And we are seeing much more aggressive double teams of Shaw Anderson now. They would take away the hot hand to the greatest extent they can.
Falcons also have Kelton Samore, who has 17 points on the game, as Tony Dominguez is going to call a timeout. So after a quick break, we'll be right back. Vikings only down 14 now.
Campus to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
Welcome back. Western trying to make a run here at WECU Court at Sam Carver Gymnasium, trailing 73-59 with 5:49 to play. Getting a couple turnovers and finally hitting a 3 as Kai Anderson knocked one down.
Falcons will have to get a quick one right here, but they don't even have a chance for it as Ned gets the steal. And Minnis now with a head full of steam, drives left side. Layup is no good though. Shaw Anderson was there playing defense. And now in transition, the Falcons have the advantage. Vikings are able to reset though. We're back to 5-on-5. Shaw Anderson on Kai Johnson. Kicks out Paulson. They'll give it back. Anderson, mid-range jump shot. No good. Evans on the rebound. He gets it. Pump fake. Got Velp off his feet, and Trace Evans puts it in. D'Angelo Minnis for the Vikings. Down 16, 5 minutes. They're running out of time. Vikings need a bucket here on this possession. Can they find one? Jonathan Ned. Minnis tried to cut. It'll be Ned in the corner. Now Minnis at the wing. Gives it to Ned. Ned has a mismatch, but he kicks out. Velp, three-point shot. Can he make it? He does!
Great read by Jonathan Ned. He saw the double team coming and knew there would be something open on the backside. Nick Velp hitting the 3.
So the Vikings now 2 3-pointers in this half. They had only made 2 in the first half. There's a 3-point shot from the Falcons, unable to make it. Jonathan Ned rebound. Vikings down 13. Chance to cut it to 10 here Daniel Hornbuckle pulls up from the mid-range, though. And he must have got fouled on the jump shot, as the referees try to figure it out right here. So most likely we're going to have Daniel Hornbuckle going to the line. The Vikings trying to catch fire here in these last few minutes of the second half, trying to move to 10-5 on the year. Hornbuckle will take these free throws.
83% free throw shooter, and the Vikings getting as close as they've been any time in this half. Applying a lot of pressure defensively, trapping, double teaming in the half court.
Hornbuckle for the Vikings, the second highest scorer on this squad, 13.9 a game, but he only has 7 points in this one. Vikings top scorer, D'Angelo Minnis, only has 6 as well, compared to his 14 average, as Hornbuckle almost got success on the press. Kai Johnson right there. They're double teaming top of the key, but Ruse has the ball in the mid-range. He's going to take the shot, and he makes it.
That's a shot you're going to have to give up, probably. That's
good composure. That hard. Velp for 3 again. No, he won't make it, though. And Johnson's getting held, but there's no call. He's upset about it. Refs must have not seen it, as Z right here dishes it down low. Shaw Anderson. And that no call on Johnson is almost a 4-point swing.
Two of them kind of got locked up, and neither of them really saw the ball. They were so locked up.
Ned, top of the key. Vikings down 15. 3.5 to go. Johnson drives, kicks corner. Velp. Hornbuckle pulls up from 3 with a hand in his face, and he airballs it. Little quarterback pass to Paulson, and he puts in the left-handed layup. Maui Z. Good dime right there.
So down to 12, and all of a sudden right back to 17.
Minnis kicks it out, but he got fouled before he did. We're going to go down low for a Vikings ball on the inbounds, but first we're going to go to a media timeout, so we'll be right back here on Vikings TV.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
So welcome back here at WECU Court. Vikings down 17 with 3:08 to go in this game, as you see a junior Viking showing off her cheer skills.
It's been a good crowd. It's been a fairly enthusiastic crowd.
It's exactly what you want for these home games here in Carver Gymnasium. So after the foul, it is going to be 1-1. Vikings are now in the bonus. So D'Angelo Minnis, who was fouled, will go to the line with a chance to put up possibly 2. He's got to make this first one, and he doesn't. Rebounded right there by Kassan Ruse. Maui Z. Zach Paulson's double teamed by Minnis and Johnson. Over to Ruse. Vikings instantly double teaming almost anyone that gets the ball. Z thought about a 3. He'd rather burn clock, though, for his team. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down low, Shaw Anderson, 26 points in the game so far. Kicks outside Z, a long 3-point shot as the shot clock expires. And I don't want to say it was the dagger, but it sure did feel like it.
It felt like it.
Vikings trying to answer. Hornbuckle from 3. He puts that one into the bottom of the net. Is it a little too late, though, for the Vikings? Pressing up on Paulson is Johnson. There's 3 defenders right there around him. Down low. Some more. Left-hand layup, unable to get it, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back.
He's having a good weekend. He had that big game at Simon Fraser and 19 points tonight.
D'Angelo Minnis in the corner. Jonathan Ned, 3-point shot. Back rim.
There were multiple big battles for rebounds there, and in the end it looked like Nick Velp gets called for the foul.
And the Falcons are in the bonus as well.
5 players in double figures for Seattle Pacific.
Seattle Pacific shooter number 24, Shaw Anderson.
Shaw Anderson, 1 for 4 from the line, but 26 points. Makes that first one.
He's at 27 now. Some more at 19. Evans at 13 off the bench. And then 12 for Ruse and 10 for Z, which is a bit of a surprise.
Something about Shaw Anderson so far in this game. Haven't really seen him sit down at all for this Falcons team. He got subbed out once, but it was only for about a minute. He was right back into it.
Yeah, they have him at 38 minutes played, so it's...
So Darius Gary is going to come in, as well as Wyatt Watson. Kobe Elsner comes in for Seattle Pacific. As the Vikings sub in a few of their reserves. Wonder if we can see some magic potentially for this Vikings team. They're going to need it.
I'm impressed by your confidence. Down 21 with 1:45 left.
Hey, it's not over till the buzzer hits. Anything can happen. Tracy McGrady's out there somewhere. That missed shot right there. D'Angelo Minnis, though, gets it after Hornbuckle poked it loose. So the Vikings still showing some effort right here. In the backcourt, Elsner, Kobe Elsner, Julian Mora. Mora has to get it over. He does, though. Almost a 10-second right there. Zach Paulson outside, trying to give Shaw Anderson. And Shaw Anderson is still in the game for Seattle Pacific. Seattle Pacific subbed in a few players we haven't seen so far, but Shaw Anderson stays out. And Kobe Elsner with the bucket right there. D'Angelo Minnis for the Vikings. Gets a screen from Watson. Minnis putting a move on. Drives, little floater, buries it. And subbing in for the Vikings is going to be Jaden DeBoer, a freshman.
So we now have the rivalry. Jaden DeBoer from Linden Christian, Kobe Elsner from Linden.
Some high school
big, and they are going to guard each other too,
of course
which
they
is
are.
even better.
They're laughing at each other as well, giving each other their props. Elsner a junior, DeBoer a freshman.
I've known Kobe Elsner a long time. I think he and my youngest son were in preschool together.
Now that is a story. Vikings fighting for it. DeBoer recovers it. D'Angelo Minnis, he has a drive and he gets fouled hard. I hope Minnis is okay.
He landed on his, looked like he landed on his head. We won't go beyond that, but he immediately reached.
D'Angelo Minnis is down for the Vikings. A spark plug player for this Vikings squad. Always high energy. He's getting up onto his feet. Likely going to come out of this game, though, because there's only 38 seconds.
Well, let's see what the protocols are here. He is the free throw shooter. He is.
So he took a tough fall, but doesn't seem to be shaking up too much.
Let's see the replay.
Elsner goes up with him, and it's good he didn't land on his arm.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario right there.
It didn't look like there was anything.
No.
They are going to look. It looked like body-to-body contact more than anything else. I don't think there was like an arm pulling down or anything like that.
No, Kobe Elsner was jumping straight up either way. I don't think they can knock him here with
he may have leaned in a little bit, which drew the foul, but it wasn't like there was an effort to pull or anything like that. It was just a very hard, awkward contact.
And main thing for the Vikings in a game you're down 19 points. D'Angelo Minnis, a key piece to this entire team. Only 38 seconds left. You're glad he is not injured. You have plenty rest. You have the whole rest of the season to go for the Vikings.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Confirmation from the officials that is a common foul.
And Minnis is going to stay in to shoot these free throws. D'Angelo Minnis in this game. 10 points, rebound, a steal, and an assist. Misses the first free throw, though. Second one coming here. He misses it as well, so D'Angelo Minnis 0 for 3 from the line in this game. Handling it is Julian Mora. Julian Mora handling outside, just dribbling this clock out. Little step back shot swatted by Wyatt Watson. D'Angelo Minnis rebounds it up top. Darius Gary puts in a slam. Vikings 73, Seattle Pacific 90. 10 seconds left in this game. And it's looking like the Vikings are going to move to 9-6 on the season, 2-3 in the GNAC as Seattle Pacific 10-5 as well as 5-1 in the GNAC as they try to fight for that first place spot that St. Martin's and Montana State Billings hold. So after a Vikings 17-point loss on the tails of Shaw Anderson putting up 28 points and Kelton Samore, Zen Hill joined by Butch Kamina. Butch, you got anything to say?
Hi, Seattle Pacific shot almost 60% from the field last night. At times the Vikings were able to match that, but they didn't do it consistently enough. A great game from B.J. Colley. 24 points, 6 rebounds. Despite only playing 15 minutes because of foul trouble, it was a real coming out party for him tonight. Some other guys had good nights, just not enough. A very impressive performance by Seattle Pacific.
So the Vikings will now travel to Alaska Anchorage next Thursday, 6:15 start time. We'll be here in Vikings TV for women's basketball action on Thursday. And for the night, we thank you for watching, and everyone, have a good night. Go Vikes.